morning, everybody. Hopefully, y'all can hear me all right. We got new setup, part 3 or 4, I don't remember. Hopefully my guitar and microphone are working right off the bat today. That might be a first. So quiet. Is it? Very quiet. All right, I can turn it up a little bit. Check 1, 2. Hello. It's turning a little yellow, a little red. We'll see how it sounds when I start singing. Yeah, I can turn it up a little bit too. Boop. Good morning, everybody. My name's Bug from a band called Bug Hunter. I am here live with y'all. Let's do this. Here's what I do on my streams. I play Bug Hunter songs and I chit chat and just see what's going on. Tell you what I'm doing. We're pretty close to some exciting updates, so I can talk about that today. And then when we do this, we'll do a little roll call. Tell me what song you want me to play first, and while you do that, I'll see who's in the chat. I see Sloth with a sweater, the cousin of Sheep in a t-shirt. Christopher Zajax here. Trent Cassinger is here. Anesta Crimson. Paul is here, bringing the pink. Trylinder, Snorby, Stashu, Josh Brink. We got Advisory Tick, Cornfield Cryptid, Gaming Tinker, Luis Arevalo is here, Knacker, Making Monkey, Not Money is here, Simon Luke Given, Hannah Benson, Coin is here, Hearing Me Fine, Marta Fox is here, Puck is here, hello Puck. Puck stopped reading for this. Bug better put up a good show. Oh, hi Bug. I am going to do my best, or try my best. Whichever one you want. Nerdbird's here. We got a lot of people here. What is this, 40 people on a Sunday? We see a couple swallowing gum ass. David Toe is here. Maroon Wolf hasn't been here in too long. It's cool. We got a rotating cast of characters in the stream. It's all good. Mars is here. Hello, Mars. I wonder if my dad forgot that we got a stream today. I'm gonna text my dad. See how quickly we can get Papa Bug in here. Stream. I'll see this 30 plan. Papa Bug summoning circle. Yeah. Just draw a catterbug on the ground and he'll appear. Who I'm singing to. Making Monkey is hanging out in the Denver airport waiting for a flight. I'm going to be in Denver not too long here. Looks like it's Violet Blight's birthday. Happy birthday. Unless you're lying. Can't pronounce this name. Nixaya. Help me with the pronunciation and I'll try and say it right. Says, did great at the Richmond concert. Thank you. I'm glad that you were either there or watching live. Yeah, why don't I play this? I haven't played this in a long time. Well, I know a girl, her name is Sweet Nothing. Little voice, warm heart, she is so lovely. And everyone in the world, oh, they want something. But all I want is my sweet, sweet nothing. She helps me eat my Oreos, her habit's janitorial. She keeps it clean, and that's the thing that sweeps me off my feet. And I'll take a dose of dopamine, cause boy do we have chemistry. No wonder she's so bubbly, I'm bound to overheat. She'll promise to stick with me, even though my faith is iffy, even though my arms are skinny, even though I can't be vain. She'll promise to stand by me, even when my room's untidy, even when she knows I'm lying, by the smile on my face. Because I know a girl, Her name is Sweet Nothing. Little voice, warm heart, she is so lovely. And everyone in the world, oh, they want something. But all I want is my sweet, sweet nothing. When I was chasing everything and willing to take anything, the lowest low I dared to go to try to make me whole. Well, that's when I discovered her, and I'll never need another her. She lit the love inside me, final one I'll ever know. She'll always be my partner, even if our lives get harder, as we push our stories forward towards the climax in the fall. And to keep from being fiction, her love comes with one condition: that I learn to love myself before I learn to love it all. Because I know a girl, her name is Sweet Nothing. Little voice, warm heart, she is so lovely. And everyone in the world, oh, they want something. But all I want is my sweet, sweet nothing. Gave me more, oh, like nothing has before. And I thought nothing would make me whole again, and nothing did. Sweet nothing did. Sweet nothing did. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, too. Thanks, everybody. That song called Sweet Nothing. Sure sounds romantic, huh? Yes, Ladybug entered the room dramatically as soon as I started the song. And did and did a little dance. So Pete Dubois wants to know what's going on with my clock. It's melting my wife's brain. My wife. It's just going backwards. I don't know what to tell you. Why don't we do this? Let's do a little a cozy Q&A. What do you feel? Let's talk. I guess there's no reason to show this anymore. I can put this up if people want to talk about it still. Just riding on the old March Madness train. Fanfiction won. If you didn't vote, you missed it. It was a really fun time. It was we had a different vote every day for 31 days, and fanfiction came out on top with everything in the bracket. So 30 Plan didn't make the bracket, lost in the qualifying rounds. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna try and keep doing this every year. I took last year off because I just was like, you know what, Happiness is coming out soon. Turns out it wasn't. It was coming out like 4 months later than I was hoping for, but what can you do? But I'll definitely do it next year, and I can pretty much guarantee that there will be more songs to put in the bracket. Maybe not an album, but definitely more songs to put in the bracket for the 2025. What in the world? 2025 March Madness next year. Let's see. I do. I have an updated graphic. Cool. I'll move this in here then. This is slightly correct and slightly incorrect. Do not make plans based off of this. There's a few things that are not correct about this. This is our tour plans. Hopefully, here's the situation with the tour. Matt and I from the Narcissist Cookbook are planning on going on tour again this year. We had so many people want to come to the shows before that we just wanted to have this big American tour. So here's what is correct about this, and here's what's incorrect about this. The first thing is Matt will find out on Wednesday whether or not Matt is officially cleared. Some good news just to start off, and we've known this for a little bit. Matt's initial application for the visa was accepted. That's the hardest part. So we've got initial approval. But we'll know on Wednesday for sure when Matt goes and does the interview and just make sure, hey, I am who I say I am. I'm doing what I'm saying I'm doing. Here's my thumbprint or whatever. And but we're not putting tickets on sale until Matt is out the door with the visa in hand, because the refund situation would be a nightmare if we sold tickets based on Matt coming and then Matt could not end up coming. So yes, we're in a good spot. It's just the last little step. So we'll know Wednesday. But here's the plans. I'm going to do all of this regardless. So obviously, Matt is one of my best friends. We love the show that we put on together. But these shows are for sure happening. Bug Hunter will be, if you don't even know who the Narcissist Cookbook is, then maybe you don't have to worry. You should, because Matt is awesome. But if you just wanted to come see Bug Hunter, you can at least look at this list and be like, okay, this is going to happen. So we're going to start in Portland. We're hitting Sacramento. We're going to go to Hollywood. We're going to go to San Diego. And then we're going to cut over to Phoenix. We're going to do Albuquerque for the first time. Should be a fun time. We're going to hit Denver again on our West Coast loop rather than our Midwest loop. We're changing that up this year, just because we wanted to go out to Albuquerque and figured, hey, it's like right there. So we're going to go to Salt Lake City. Boise's a maybe. We're not sure yet. We're negotiating. So we're going to look into that. Seattle is a for sure. DC, New York, Boston, Buffalo is happening. I think that might be new since the last time that we chatted. Akron might be something also that I maybe have locked in since we last talked. So we're going to Buffalo. We're going to go to Akron. We're going to go to Detroit. We're going to be Indianapolis, Chicago. Kansas City is happening. Minneapolis happening. Madison happening. St. Louis happening. The things that we still need to find. Nashville. North Carolina. Those are two big ones. Austin, I think we have Houston, we have Oklahoma City. That date might change based on what happens in Austin, but Oklahoma City is I think pretty much for sure happening. And then we have found hopefully venues in Orlando and Jacksonville that we are just waiting for Atlanta to confirm and Austin to confirm so that we know like exactly when to put those dates. So are you going to post any more concerts? Do you think like you did in Asheville back in 2020? I didn't play any shows in 2020, so but we did. Let's see, we did play. Oh, you're gonna post any more concerts? Yes, I posted the Asheville concert. That's right. Yeah, that little the little restaurant concert we did. I posted that in 2020 to YouTube. Right. Yeah, we have recordings of shows. I have the London show, the video in my back pocket. I started posting some shorts on YouTube of clips from that, and then got distracted. So I should be able to put out more of the London show here pretty soon. Yeah, I need to get on that. Honestly, I've been booking this tour and doing a lot of kind of behind the scenes stuff, getting into scheduling for bringing jam mechanics back, just some other stuff behind the scenes there. So I have a lot on my plate. I probably need to hire somebody to help out because there's just more than I can feasibly get to. But yeah, so I'm gonna leave this graphic up. Tickets should hopefully be on sale Friday at noon local time. So assuming that everything goes well on Wednesday, then we have it all queued up to have tickets on sale Friday. If things don't go well Wednesday, I will just update all our venues to just say, Bug Hunter and guest, and I will figure out some local openers, some regional openers for these shows. So if y'all have any bands that that are kind of in the same ballpark as Bug Hunter, that you think would make a good team, let me know. Me and Matt, it's gonna work. It's gonna happen. Like we're like 99%, but just in case. Yeah, if anybody wants to know venues, Making Monkey asked about Sacramento. That's going to be at the Starlit Room at Harlow's. So should be a really good time. There's a couple of repeat venues this year that I've played in the past. So Hollywood, playing at the same spot. Phoenix, same spot. Seattle, same spot. The reason being is that Seattle, we had a little bit of headroom still, and it was a great venue. And so we're like, hey, yeah, we can bring more people next year. And then the Phoenix and the Hollywood venues were like, yeah, we actually have more capacity. We can up our capacity because they sold out last year, but they've both upped their capacity by like 25%. So Snorby's right. Bug Hunter Narcissus Cookbook, ride or die. But Orlando venue. Orlando venue. It's not locked in yet, but I have. Oh God, what is it called? I'll just look it up. 2024. I gotta go to my spreadsheet. 2024 venue search. Here we go. Orlando. The place that we are in talks with is a place called Conduit. And we are just waiting for Atlanta to confirm so that we know what day to put the Orlando show. So Orlando and Jacksonville could technically move. If Atlanta moves to the 14th, we could move, or if Atlanta moves to the 14th, we could move Orlando up a day and that kind of thing. So I love spreadsheets. Yeah, a lot of tour questions in the streams these days, which is fine. I mean, that's kind of the thing on everybody's mind, but... yeah, the Orlando venue, when I played it 2022, was a little photo studio. That was in my just rent out eclectic places and bring, amps and just play shows for people sitting on the ground. If you've ever, it's a model that I took from a company called Sofar. If you've ever been to a Sofar show, they're very fun. I got my start kind of playing Sofar shows where they would just be like, hey, it's a secret show. You don't know who the artists are going to be. You come, you sit on the floor. We're in like a cafe somewhere or in like a museum lobby, and we're going to put on a show. And I played a lot of those, and then I was like, you know what? People are really like excited about these. They're fun. They have kind of like living room feels without actually being in a living room. And so I took that model for almost that entire year. Played in a karate studio, played in a preschool playground, in a yoga studio, TV studio. Yeah, a lot of really fun venues. Did a couple of house shows, backyard shows, things like that. And now we've just moved on to just larger venues. I mean, this year we're playing in theaters that have marquees that are going to have our names on them. Super fun. So the venue in Minneapolis is called the Granada Theater. So excited for that one. All of these shows, Candy asked under 21, 16 allowed in Portland. Yeah, Portland charged us an arm and a leg to make the show all ages because they're normally 21 plus only. But we have paid their fees to make it all ages so that everybody can come. So, yeah. Blue Moon got a job and doesn't know if he can come to the boss show. It's a Sunday night, so maybe it'll work. Sacramento show all ages, yes. The only shows, every show that we have so far is either all ages or it's 18 plus with minors allowed with guardians, or 21 plus minors allowed with guardians. So I think Madison is that. Madison is 21 plus with guardian if you're under 21, and then I think Kansas City and Orlando are 18 plus minors okay with guardians. So and that's sometimes just the best we can do. So. Caleb Walter, no Dallas. Yeah, we did Dallas last year, and obviously there's those three, that triangle of cities in Texas, and so we're giving the other two a chance this year. If Austin bails on us, which they might, then we will look at Dallas and Houston rather than Austin and Houston, but the plan is Austin and Houston. It's not locked in, so... Yes, it is much harder to book an all ages tour than it is to book a 21 plus series of shows. So I really appreciate it when people are grateful or like show appreciation or just like enthusiasm that they can come, because that's why we do it. We hate when there's like 15 to 20% of our audience that wouldn't be able to come to shows, and we work extra hard and pay extra fees and security and different things, just to make sure that some of the venues that are normally not all ages will allow us. So. Played the one with the airplane and McDonald. Yeah. Dear McDonald's. Eric wants to know about my Hollywood show, if I'm going to be a movie or TV star now. I did star in a music video last year. Last year? No. 2 years ago? Dang. I guess we showed it last year. We filmed it in 2022, but we released it in 2023. But yeah, I was in a music video for Braggin'. So that was a really fun day. That was one of the coolest days I've ever had. We went to Stratford upon Avon, and I got to co-star, I guess, with my good buddy Sam, and it was so interesting. We got to film it in Shakespeare's old school in like the gymnasium, because Shakespeare played point guard. Is there a reason you didn't want to act in your own music videos? It didn't want to. It's just the production company is in the UK, and they filmed Pine Cones in 2020. So, bit hard to travel, and probably wouldn't have anyway because of the costs. But, yeah. Yeah, they've just filmed them in England, and I live in America, so. Cool. Y'all want me to play a song? Let me know what you want. Get rid of those tour dates. And again, if you're just joining us, we should have tickets up Friday. So in like 5 days. Everything sold out last year, so don't wait. Oh, 2 cowards in a row. Nobody's asked for it, but I'm gonna play this. We have invented an invention. Duct tape? It's not like that. We have created a creation. Cupcakes? It's not like that. It's just a button, just a simple little button you can press. And when you press it, you'll be happy with no harmful side effects. Okay, our legal team's informed us we must warn you of the button side effects. That feeling when you had something to say and then forgot? This is not like that. That stress you get when you commit a crime and then get caught. This is not like that. It's just a button, just a helpful little button you can hit. When you're sad, it makes you happier for 4 to 7 hours, all depending on your blood type. Also, someone random on the planet dies. It probably won't be someone you know. You're gonna love this new thing, this happy feeling machine, side effects and strings attached. I want this, but not like that. We have revised a new revision. We got your feedback, you did not like that. We have modified the button now. Instead of someone dying, they will simply lose their balance as they're walking down the stairs. It's not your fault if they won't hold the rail. You're gonna love this new thing, this happy feeling machine, side effects and strings attached. I want this, but not like that. gotten softer, so it's more comfortable to press. You'll get 1 hour of joy, but then the button will make a college student oversleep their last exam, and a small business owner lose an envelope of cash, and a puppy will be told he's a bad dog when he didn't do anything wrong. You're gonna love this new thing, this happy feeling machine, side effects and strings attached. I want this but not like that. I wanna love this new thing. I'd kill for something to bring happiness without a catch. I want this but not like that. Thanks, everybody. Hopefully you did like that. That is the opening track to Happiness Without a Catch, which, by all accounts, people seem to enjoy. I wish we could see the guitar through the overlay. Maybe if I just play like this, I could do that. Yeah, I don't know. I got this new overlay. I think it's kind of fun. I could always put it on the top of the screen, but then it would block the top of the clock. I could move my camera, but that would probably mess it up and get it all wonky. At live shows, when you play this song, do people shout when you're sad the loudest? Yeah, I've had people. It's normally like 7 people will yell it, and it's not like a universal thing, but I do enjoy when people do. It always makes me laugh because I always wonder, because some shows people won't, but then most shows people will. Yeah, it does kind of look like I'm just like a torso, just like, because you guys can't see the guitar at all if I do that. I am playing the guitar. It's happening live. Cool. Let's do what we got. What we got for time? Where are we at? Me and Ladybug went out for brunch this morning, and that's why I'm wearing my fancy red and blue shirt. Eric wants to know, will tickets for all shows be on sale Friday? Hopefully. I am going to... tomorrow is going to be a very busy day because there's still a couple of shows that we haven't locked down, mostly because I'm just waiting on Austin and Atlanta to confirm. So like the September shows technically aren't locked down yet. I have holds, which is basically you say, I'm going to play this venue, but I'm not ready to confirm yet. And so you have the hold. And then if somebody else comes along and says, no, I'm definitely going to put on a show, so I like to challenge that hold, then they come back to me and they'd be like, hey, somebody is challenging. Do you want it or not? And then I have to decide. So if that happened, I would probably just lock it in. But yeah. We don't need to spam the chat with song requests. I see it. Don't worry. Cool. Luke Givens says, I've only been a fan for like 3 weeks. Yeah, I would love to know what song you heard first, or how you found us. Eric wants to know if we're still waiting for Matt's visa. Yeah, I mentioned this earlier, but yeah, we'll know Wednesday. We'll know Wednesday morning. So, and y'all will be the first to hear after us. So, we think we're over the biggest hurdle, which was the initial application approval, which we have. We just need to. Matt has to go to London and talk to the United States. Salty Slug found us through the 2 Bed 2 Bath and a Ghost animation. Yeah, Deep Blue Ink has done some amazing work for us for 2 Bed 2 Bath and a Ghost, A Bedtime Story, Tower of the Slingshot, Be Glad I Love You, and Platonic Best Friend. Well, Dip says, recently all my friends have been changing their favorite Bug Hunter song to a bedtime story, all independently of each other, and it's so strange. Yeah, it's the song's a weird hit. I didn't expect it. Yeah, never could have seen that coming. Oh, did Paul find an Irish friend? Yeah, we played a show in Dublin last year. It was so fun. It had been the first show we had played since like the end of July. So there's like a 3.5 month break in between when I played a show in July and when I played in, I think it was like near the end of October. And in that time, I had released Happiness Without a Catch. So it was going to be the first show that I played with that album out. And so I had been playing a couple of Happiness songs last year before the album came out. I played like 30 Plan and Not Like That, Platonic Best Friend a couple of times, and Alchemical Romance a handful of times, but had never played Coward, had never played Robbing a Bank or Fan Fiction, had never played A Bedtime Story. I don't think A Bedtime Story was even like finished when I had been playing those shows in the U.S. But and anyway, so then I get on stage in Dublin. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start with Not Like That and just see. This is like the first test of like playing this in front of an audience that has had a chance to hear the song, and the whole crowd knew it. And I was like, whoa, that's really cool. Yeah, that was a blast. Yeah. So yeah. So what's actually funny about that is my benchmark first times for Not Like That. The first time I ever played it in front of an audience was in Toronto. When I played a show in Toronto last year in March, and then the first time I played it after the album came out to an audience who had heard it already was in Dublin. So Not Like That is apparently just destined for other countries. Advisor Tick says, "Too Bad, Too Bad, and a Ghost is a great first song." Yeah, I think anybody who's joined in the last almost 2 years, I guess. Too Bad, Too Bad, and a Ghost. It's been almost 2 years. It's April 29th, I believe, last of 2022. So it's almost been 2 years since Too Bad, Too Bad came out. Yeah, we see that one all the time. The Deep Blue Ink video being the on ramp for a lot of people. For a long time it was Dear McCracken, and then in 2021 it was almost like exclusively disco. Somebody used it in like a War Thunder video that was pretty popular, and so we had a ton of disco fans in 2021, and then 2022 there was a lot of Too Bad, Too Bad, and a Ghost, and I see that a lot now too. But then I also just see people starting with just Happiness in general, either Not Like That or A Bedtime Story or things like that. So how surprised would I have been if people started singing along to Not Like That in Toronto? Well, the funny thing is that it is a song that people can get. You know, they understand after the first like 2 or 3 times I say Not Like That, that's going to be the hook, and they recognize the moment that it's about to happen. Anytime I say I want this, but Not Like That. And so I did have a very, very fun moment in Denver where this was Denver in July, so it was before the album came out. I was playing a new song, Not Like That, for that crowd. Nobody had heard it, and by the end of the song, that very last I'd kill for something to bring happiness without a catch. I want this, but not like that. I at that point in the song already trusted the audience enough because they were singing along to the hook so well that I stepped away from the mic on the last Not Like That and just let them sing it, which for a new song is like, oh man, such a good feeling. It was like, wow. Because there's moments where I can do that, where I can step away from the mic and I know that the crowd has my back and they're not going to let me fall. The bridge of Dear McCracken or the bridge of Pine Cones are 2 places in my set that sometimes if I feel like the crowd is really, really into it, I'll just step away from the mic and just let them, sing it, and we'll just live in that moment together. And to do that with a brand new song on, that nobody's ever heard for like, even if it's just 3 words, is such a feeling. Gaming Tinker says, Bigger Than Myself is my favorite album as a whole, even if Gulf Coast is my favorite standalone. Yeah, I'm curious if anybody else has that as well, if their favorite album doesn't have their favorite song. And I love that Bigger Than Myself is your favorite. Like, honestly, I love it when people I love it that all 4 of our albums there are people who are like, that's my favorite one. It just kind of speaks to, I don't know, the variety of kind of what each album is trying to do and how they like resonate with people. I see it less often with Torn Between a Couple and Bigger Than Myself, but like I know that there's an audience for those. And I see a lot of happiness being people's favorites. Um, Bigger Than Myself is so underrated. I think so too. I think Bigger Than Myself is a better album than maybe has caught on overall. But I'm very pleased with that album. And I think all of that I learned from making that album as a concept album. I took the lessons and applied them to Happiness Without a Catch and made that an even better album like for it. So yeah. Luke says Bigger Than Myself is favorite with Key to Being Lonely as favorite standalone. Yeah, cool. Gabe Velma had Bigger Than Myself as the intro, so special place in their heart. So yeah, that's another question. Not just if your favorite album has your favorite song, but if your favorite album is the first one you listen to. Or if you found us through the rough draft, but then Happiness is your favorite, or Torn Between a Couple is your favorite. So, Puck, your favorite song is Slow Burn? Never told me. Candy says that there's one lyric on there that floors them every time, and I'm on the edge of my seat of wanting to know what it is, and if it means it's a good thing. I think floored means good. Floored means impressed, but maybe it means sobbing on the floor in cringy embarrassment. Could be new Gen Z slang that I don't know yet. Do I know the band Dirty Loops? I do not. But I will look them up. I was doing a private Zoom show for somebody the other day, and they mentioned that there was an American band that had come to Australia that they really liked called Hot Mulligan. And I looked them up, and their music's pretty good. I like it a lot. Not my genre, like not my genre that I make, but definitely a genre that I listen to. Tally Hall, I have heard of Tally Hall. I don't know any other songs, but I have heard of them. Candy says it's in Try My Best. I could probably guess which line you're talking about, because there's a line of in Try My Best that is one of my favorite lines on the album that I love. Do I know of Jacob Collier? Yes. He's the guy who's like very like music theory inclined, right? Like he has like a perfect pitch or something like that. I don't think I know any of his music, but I've heard his name in reference to like music geniuses. But I don't know if I've heard any of his songs, unless it was like maybe it's all like the songs on TikTok, and I just don't know who they're by. But yeah, I think Matt was posting about Jacob Collier the other day, and I didn't have anything to add to the conversation. So, Fruit Salad. Oh yeah, The Wiggles. It's a great song. It's actually like should be studied by scientists for catchiness. Bishop Allen. I've not heard of Bishop Allen. Moonwalker. Have not heard of Moonwalker. Weezer. First Weezer song I ever heard, I was in 7th grade, and it was Beverly Hills. I really liked the Red album when it came out. My opinion on the Red album has shifted a little bit as I've gotten older. But Blue album is obviously like a classic. My favorite Weezer song, honestly, I was going to say it's a modern Weezer song, but it's not. It's probably like 15 years old by now. But If you're wondering if I want you to, I want you to is such a perfect pop song. Oh, if I could write something that good, I'd be so pleased with myself. Mitchell Jennings wants to know if I've heard of Rare Americans. I do, yeah. They follow me on Instagram, which made me feel really good because they're a much bigger band than us. But after Two Bed, Two Bath, and A Ghost came out, a lot of people in the comments were like, this reminds me of Rare Americans," and I hadn't heard of them up until that point. And then obviously went and looked them up when people kept saying it, and I'm assuming it was around that time people might have been commenting on their music and being like, this is like Bug Hunter, because I don't know, there's maybe just something about that song that people saw a connection there, but I hadn't heard of them before that song came out. So still trying to reach out to the Happy Fits. Would love the Happy Fits, but they're also a much bigger band than Bug Hunter. So yeah, if you're wondering if I want you to is actually my walk-up song. Me and Matt both have walk-up songs when we play shows. So like when it's like, "Hey, welcome to stage Bug Hunter," and then a song plays, mine is that Weezer song. This is just so good. Yeah, some other bands that I know that I've become friends with. Spence Hood, if y'all know Spence Hood. And Grand Commander, if y'all know Grand Commander. We've been chatting recently. So we're, again, kind of like me and Narcissus Cookbook, similar artists on Spotify. So, yeah. Do I know Galloway? Love Galloway. Galloway's so good. Have I heard Cave Town? Heard Cave Town. Cave Town, also much bigger band than Bug Hunter. Yeah, me and Grand Commander had a good chat the other day. We got on a Zoom call, and just hanging out, making friends. How good am I at rock, paper, scissors? About 50-50, I'd say. I would guess. But very good at rock, paper, scissors, chess, which is a game designed by Bug from Bug Hunter. You can find it on Tabletop Simulator. Heard of the band Good Kid? I have. I've chatted with them before. We used to be in a. I have a Discord that has just like some bands kind of in the Bug Hunter like related artist sphere that it's been kind of inactive for a while. But back in 2020, I kind of put this Discord together, and it had all the members of Good Kid in it, and we had I Fight Dragons in there, MC Lars. Yeah, so we had a Johnny Manchild and the Poor Bastards, just a place to kind of just like swap ideas and talk about things. Good Kid used to be in that server, and so I chatted with them a couple times. Their star has risen in a big way. I think back in the day we were like kind of similar sizes, and now they're like huge. They're huge. Yeah. They would know who I was if you asked them, but we haven't spoken for a couple of years, so. Legrand, I don't know. NSP, I don't know unless you tell me what that stands for. Maybe I know, but the acronym I don't. Jukebox the Ghost, I have heard of. They had a song. What was that song? Sometimes I get them and AJR confused a little bit. Jukebox the Ghost has the little ghost logo, right? The little hand-drawn ghost logo. That would make sense. Arcadian Wild, I have heard of. -25 is a number. If I'm flying through Denver, try the nachos at Timberline. They're incredible. Cool. Have you heard of the John and Math Rock? Yeah, Mute Math is math rock, right? They had a cool song that was in Rock Band a long time ago. A lot of cool band. There's another artist named Nick Lutzko. if people know him, just did a theme song for the McElroy brothers' new like YouTube show that they're doing, which I thought was really cool. Funny coincidence is that the old drummer for Bug Hunter, Marcus, went to high school with Nick Lutzko, and we just also happen to be similar artists on Spotify. Completely random coincidence, but yeah, my old drummer Marcus, who left Bug Hunter to go hike the Appalachian Trail for a year, and then settled in Maine, and owns a bar called Paper Tiger, which you should go to if you ever go to Portland, Maine. They have a mocktail on the menu. Used to be called the Toddler with the Slingshot. It's not that anymore though. It's changed it. So he changed it to something else. I think it was a happiness reference. I can't remember what it was. It used to be called the Toddler with the Slingshot, and it was a mocktail because I don't drink, and so he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna name our mocktail after you." Anyways, if you go to Portland, Maine, go to Paper Tiger, and the owner of that bar played the drums on Disco in the Panic Room. So. Tell Marcus we said hi. I would love to tell Marcus you said hi. I would love to talk to Marcus. I love that. I love that dude. Hopefully, I just need to go to Maine. Oh, you know what? He did say that the Front Bottoms were playing in Portland in May. I might just go to that. I'm gonna look that up, and maybe I'll go to see the Front Bottoms with Marcus because I introduced him to the Front Bottoms. Cool. Advisory Chick wants to know, what's your favorite area to perform? You know what I do? So I don't really have a preference on area to perform. The thing that stands out for me of like what area do I like the best is areas where we have short drives every day, which is something like the East Coast or like the Great Lakes area, where there's a lot of cities that are like viable for shows. Near each other, so like we can legitimately play in Pittsburgh and Columbus and Indianapolis and Chicago, and those are all like 2 to 4 hour drives, and Detroit and Madison, and like there's like just a chain of like cities that are like big enough to support us coming and playing shows. Whereas if you're in like the South, you have Austin, you have Houston, but then there's not really cities large enough that have like enough people to support like a Bug Hunter show. In between, like Florida and Texas, because there are obviously a lot of people kind of in those states, but just not like large enough like areas that like we can go and like actually pull like 200 to 300 people. So I always love it when it's short drives. It makes our days a little easier. But the same can be said about Seattle. Like you have Seattle and Portland, and then you have like 8 hours in all directions until you find another city big enough to like do a show. And one of those is Boise, and Boise is sometimes not big enough to do a show. It's always kind of one of our smaller shows. So Drews wants to know if I wear glasses when playing live. I always plan to, and then I always remember as soon as I get on stage why I don't, and that's because stage lights make it very, very difficult to see. They're just the glare of stage lights. I can kind of see audiences if I don't have glasses on, but if I have glasses on, the glare from stage lights is so much so that like I can't actually like make out people's like features and faces. So I'll get on stage and be like, "Hey everybody," and then I'll just kind of do one of these things and just kind of like throw them on like a stool or something, because I always remember as soon as I get up there and look, because during sound check all the lights are on. I'm like, this is great. I look great. Would contacts work? They would, but I don't need them. My glasses, I don't need glasses like to function day to day. I very rarely wear them. My wife thinks that I look cute in them, and so my main reason for wearing them are aesthetics. They aren't fake lenses; they are real lenses, but like, there at no point am I like, I can't read this thing in front of me or see this sign or whatever. I can see. It's just I have a slight astigmatism, so there would be no reason to wear contacts, because when I'm on stage, like, it's not like I don't need to read anything on stage anyway. So, but if I did, I still could. Do I watch soccer? Yeah, I'm big into Major League Soccer. I lived in Seattle for many years, and the Seattle Sounders are my team. Since I moved to Virginia, I haven't kept up as much as I used to. I used to go to like every home game. I would just like bike down to the stadium and just like find somebody who has season tickets and like whatever, their wife couldn't come. And I'll be like, you gotta take it? And they'll be like, yeah, sure. One guy was like, buy me a beer. I was like, okay. And I would just like go to like every game, but and I would watch every away game. But since I moved to Virginia and I'm not surrounded by like what I used to like work downtown Seattle, and my coworkers would be like, hey, you going to the game? Going to the game? You watching the game? You going to the game? And now I work for myself and I just sit in this office. And even if I was working with somebody, they probably wouldn't care about the Sounders. So I just don't get reminded. It's not as in my face as much. So yeah. I do miss going to games. I should try to go to a game in DC because they have a team in DC. But cool. Let's do one more song. One last song. Let's do it. Eric's got the right idea. And then I'm going to go about my day. I got a lot to do today. Working on some music. Getting ready for this upcoming week where anytime that we have tickets going on sale, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, a lot of spreadsheets to go through, a lot of emails to send. So I'll be going right back to that. So... see some bragging, try my best, Gulf Coast, Pebbles, shocking, coward, creature, Gulf Coast, make me, what? Never heard of it, says most people in this chat. Swallowing gum, make me too, the sequel to Make Me, shocking, coward, gum original, not gonna happen, I don't know how to do it. Coward, my dad can't make up his mind. Maybe when I stream over on the Bug channel instead of the Bug Hunter channel, I'll play original Swallowing Gum. Boogie Pete? Man, I got a lot of songs. I got too many songs. I need to stop releasing songs. What are y'all feeling? Let's see. I've played a Torn Between a couple song. I've played a happiness song. So let's do something that's not off of those. I played Slingshot 3 days ago on my last stream, so I'm not gonna do that one. I do know my whole discography all the time, but I don't know old Swallowing Gum. I could probably figure it out, but you know what is not off of those? Oh, yeah, I know what you're going to say. There's a huge lack of cohesion. I mean, I played The Chase last week. All right, I'll end with this one. I'm feeling colorless, my stubbornness has always blocked my course, when all I needed was a little shove to help me out the door. While the greens and blues and happy hues are right behind the blinds that I've closed. But that's what we need sunlight for, to creep below the cracks and to remind me there's a window, and that window has a latch. But I am holding up a stone, it might be faster just to close my eyes and throw. And I'm swallowing gum lodged in my throat, spit out my words or damn it I'll choke. I'm swallowing gum. I feel like writing Fighting is like fighting, but your rival is yourself. Replace the uppercuts with paper cuts, cause both will hurt like hell. They both have someone in your corner who will tell you got this in the bag. But to land the hooks and dodge the blocks, you have to mix it up. Keep them on their toes where no one knows what you are thinking of. When the audience is sure you're gonna zig, that's when you gotta punch them in the head. And I'm swallowing gum, lodged in my throat. Spit out my words, or damn it, I'll choke. I'm swallowing gum. And I'm not exactly Mozart, but it matters where you look. I may not know where all the notes are, but his lyrics weren't as good, so I'll compose myself and hope it helps to write for nothing other than for fun. And I'm swallowing gum, lodged in my throat. Spit out my words, or damn it, I'll choke. I'm swallowing gum. And I'm swallowing gum, lodged in my trachea. Who'd have thought it'd take that much to wake me up? The way it stuck has shaken up my arm. And I'm swallowing gum, lodged in my throat. Spit out my words, or damn it, I'll choke. I'm swallowing gum. I'm swallowing gum. That is a new version of Swallowing Gum. If you know Surge of Confidence, that is the updated Bug Hunter version of Swallowing Gum. So, yeah, we recorded it when we recorded it when we recorded Happiness, or at least the drums, which is the important thing that needs to be recorded. So, I'll work on it. I got so much to do. Just need to find a home for it. Single release Swallowing Gum? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, if you've never heard that song, it's yeah, I'm not exactly Mozart, but it matters where you look. I may not know where all the notes are, but his lyrics weren't as good. Is one of my favorite lines from that. I was really pleased with that. So. Katie wants to know if my glasses are new. They are not. They're the same glasses I've had since I got glasses around, I was like 25, maybe 26. I just very rarely wear them. But I dressed up in my nice shirt and my glasses for Ladybug because we went out to brunch this morning at a really good breakfast spot in Richmond. And I got Eggs Benedict, and it's like the best Eggs Benedict. It's so good. And breakfast potatoes. So Amanda says, miss you in Washington State. Hope you're doing well. Yes, I'm doing well. I also miss Washington State, but yeah, we're in Richmond for a bit. The world is ours now. We can decide where we want to be, and so we'll probably end up coming back to Washington State at some point, but just don't know when. We're happy in Virginia at the moment. Yeah. My dad says if the Eggs Benedict are better than the King, which is a place called the King and Rye in Alexandria, which is near DC, that we went to on tour once, and me and Ladybug went up there like last Saturday maybe, and got breakfast there. They don't have Eggs Benedict there, but they do have the best like breakfast potatoes. They're so good. And yeah, the King and Rye have the best breakfast potatoes in Alexandria. But the place that we go in Richmond has the best Eggs Benedict. So cool. All right. Thanks everybody for coming to my stream. The only other things I got to talk about is, if you weren't here earlier, this is kind of what we're looking at for. It's not all set in stone, but these are pretty close. These are rough shapes. I would say if you see a date on here that you're like, oh, I would want to come to that. I live in Buffalo. save August 20th. Like the tickets are hopefully going to be up on sale on Friday. So about 5 days. There should be VIP tickets for everything this year. Last year I didn't have VIP tickets for everything, and they were delayed because we didn't know kind of how many people were coming to shows and stuff. But now that we kind of have data, we know. So we should have VIP tickets up for everything, which will allow you to come hang out early, hear a couple extra songs of what we played at the show, take a picture, free poster, all that kind of stuff too. So, yeah. Get in VIP tickets. Will that let us take a pic with you? Yeah, so that's when we're able to take pictures, is before the show. After the show, we do sell merch ourselves, so anyone who wants to meet us at the shows can meet us at the shows. It's just the pictures add so much time, and I wish that they didn't, but they do. And we already have a line that's like an hour long after every show, and pictures would make it so we would generally like get kicked out of the venue before we could actually like meet with everybody. So that's the compromise that we've had to make. So we do pictures before show at VIP, but afterwards, yeah, it's just we sell merch, say hello, sign things, but yeah. Ticket price is about the same as last year. They're going to be pretty similar. Yeah, we've had to increase them a little bit because you know, we've had to pay a lot in lawyer fees and stuff to get Matt to come over. So yeah. So but you know, it's not going to be Taylor Swift. You know, take out a second mortgage kind of tickets. They're in the ballpark of where they were last year. So. Yeah, and the VIP tickets are about double of a normal ticket. So, cool. Get in our Discord. It's a good Discord. If you want, we have Postcard of the Day on the website. I don't think anyone's bought it yet today. We're also selling vinyls now. If you haven't heard that we have vinyls, we have vinyls of all 4 Bug Hunter albums. There are only a handful left of the Rough Draft and Happiness. So if you want first edition printing of either of those, they're on their last, I think, dozen. I think I'm just looking at it right now. I see 4, about 9, and then Rough Draft is like, yeah, looks like about 11. So yeah, cool. Am I gonna do anything for the eclipse tomorrow? Probably just stare at the sun, see how it goes. And no, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. People keep talking about it, but honestly, this is like the 20th once in a lifetime eclipse that I've heard about, so I'm starting to think that people exaggerate how cool these eclipses are, because they'll be like, it only happens once every like 3 millennia, but like every 3 years we have another thing that only happens once every 3 millennia. So I'm probably wrong about this, and eclipse fans are gonna get in my DMs, but yeah, so it's always some eclipse or some comet or some asteroid or some alignment of Jupiter that is always. Now it's a red moon. Now it's a blue moon. That only happens every once in a. Anyways, I'm going to go. Everybody have a great Sunday, and goobers, go to bed.